Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hope all of you are doing good. So, in today's lesson, we are going to learn about statements of fractions. So, we'll be discussing about different types of questions which are related to fraction statements. Okay, so without wasting time, let's go for the first question then. Right, so the first question is if 3 upon 4 3/4 of a tank which was completely filled with water was used by a household for its needs on a certain day. What fraction of the tank still held water by the end of the day? So, this is quite easy. What has happened? There's a tank which is completely filled with water like this, right? So, what has happened? 3/4 of a tank which was completely filled with water was used by a household. So, what portion that the household had used? They have used 3/4 portions out of the complete tank had been used. So, what they're asking, what fraction of the tank still held water by the end of the day? So, if I color the used amount of water with this white colored pen, then this amount will be the remaining part. It's easy, right? So the remaining part, how do you find it? Remaining part or the portion will be, what do you have to do? You know that the total amount of water that was held by this tank, the portion, right? The portion can be mentioned as 1, right? 1, the total amount. The total, if we take the total portion which is filled with water, can be taken as 1. So you can write simply, just simply 1 minus 3/4 portions have been used by that household. So, in order to find the remaining part, you can simply 1 minus 3/4. So, you know that 1 means what? What does it mean? It's 4/4, right? Since here the denominator is 4, in order to make this one in order to show this one with its denominator as a fraction with its denominator is 4, we can simply write it as 4/4. So you know that what? 4 divided by 4, its answer is 1. So we can simply write 4/4 minus 3/4. So the remaining part will be simply, you can write the denominator like this when the denominators are equal. So the numerators can be simply written like 4 minus 3. So the answer will be 4 minus 3 is 1, 1/4. Great. Hope it is simple. So let's move on to the second question. If the two pieces of wire A and B are unequal length, so shall we draw it first? So let's assume this is wire A and let's assume that this is wire B, which are unequal in length. So here I have drawn that wire B is lengthier than wire A. So what they're asking, if two pieces of wire A and B are unequal length, is 1 upon 3 of the length A. So let's draw 1 upon 3. So this one, the highlighted part will be 1 upon 3 of wire A. So what is the 1 upon 3 parts of wire B? So if I divide this wire, the wire B into 3 equal parts, so then the highlighted part here will be 1 upon 3 parts of wire B. So what they're asking, if two pieces of wire A and B are unequal length, is 1 upon 3 of the length of wire A equal to 1 upon 3 of the length of B? Or are they unequal? Give your reasons for the answer. So it's quite when the wires are drawn, when your question is depicted with a small diagram, then the answer will be really clear. So you can say that wire A, one one third of wire A is this one, and one third of wire B is this part. So are they equal? No, they are not. So the answer will be they are unequal. So give reasons for your answer. In here, you can just give your answer by using a, a small diagram or a picture like this, and you can explain your concept very easily. So, hope it is clear for you. Let's move on to the third question. Okay, so this is the third question. If the two shaded regions of a circular lamina that has been divided into eight equal parts, as shown in the figure here, this figure had been divided into eight equal parts, are cut out and discarded. So here you can see are cut and out discarded. What fraction of the total lamina is remaining? So you can see mm, these parts are remaining. So how many parts are there in total? One, two, three, four, five, six. So what in the first question it asks, what fraction of the total lamina is remaining? It's 6 upon 8, which is really easy. Right. So what is the second answer for the question? What fraction of the total lamina is exactly half of the remaining portion equals to? So, what will be the remaining portion? It is, we already found the answer. It's 6 upon 8. So, what they're asking exactly half of the remaining portion. So, what do you have to do? You have to just simply divide the remaining portion by 2. Exactly half. So in this case, in order to find the solution for this, you know that you can simply substitute this division by multiplication and take the reciprocal of this 2. So in order to find the reciprocal, the value, the denominator, the unseen denominator of this 2 is what? 1. So in order to find the reciprocal, you are just flipping them like this. So the reciprocal of 2 will be what? Half, 1 upon 2. And this division will be converted into multiplication. So let's find the answer. You know that both these numerators can be divided by 2. So 6 divided by 2, the answer will be 3. 2 divided by 2, the answer will be 1. So what's the final answer? 3 into 1, it's 3. 8 into 1, it's 8. So what will be the answer here? What fraction of the total lamina is exactly half of remaining portion equals to? It's 3 upon 8. Let's move on to the fourth question. Okay, in the fourth question, it asks a mother who went to the market with 500 rupees in hand spent 300 rupees to buy vegetables and 150 rupees to buy fruits. So what's the amount that the mother had in her hand? It's 500 rupees. So in the first question it asks what fraction of the money in hand did she spend on vegetables? So let's write some statements. Fraction of the money in hand. The money in hand she spent on vegetables. It equals to, the total amount of money she had in her hand is it's 500 rupees. So we can write that 500 as the denominator, and she had spent 300 rupees to buy vegetables. So out of 500, she had used 300 rupees to buy vegetables. So we can simply write this fraction as what? 3 upon 5. Great. What fraction of money in hand she spent on fruits? So, fraction spent on, I will simplify it, spent on fruits. The answer will be what? What's the amount that she spent on vegetables? That 150 out of 500 rupees. So the final answer will be you can divide both the numerator and the denominator by 10. Right? So in order to simplify that, you can simply cut these zero signs. Right? So what are the remaining values is 15 and 50. So you can divide both the denominator and the numerator by 5. So 15 divided by 5 it's 3. 15 divided by 5 it's 10. So the answer will be 3 upon 10. Great. So what's the third question? If she had planned to save one fourth of money she had taken to market. Now, you know the money she had taken to the market is 500. So she has planned to save one fourth of money she had taken to the market. Was she able to fulfill her plan? Give reasons for your answer. Right. So, what we know by now, we know that the total amount of money she had spent on vegetables and fruit is equals to 500 plus 300, right? So let's check that the remaining amount is equals to 1 upon 4, right? So the total amount spent on vegetables, veggie and fruits equals to what? 500 plus 300. So what's the total? You know that, sorry, it's not 500 and 300. It's what, 300 and 150. No, sorry for that. So it's 150 plus 300. So what's the total amount that she had spent? It's 450 rupees had been already spent on vegetables and fruits, and she's planning to save one fourth of the money that she taken to the market. So let's find one fourth of money taken. So you know that the total amount that she taken in order to buy fruits and vegetables is what? 500. So let's find one fourth of 500. What's the value? 4 can be divided by 4. It's 1 for 500 divided by 4. The answer will be 125. So one fourth of the money that she had taken to what? The market is rupees 125. So you know that she had spent 450 rupees total for fruits and vegetables. So the what will be the remaining amount? Remaining amount that she would have. Remaining amount. The remaining amount will be 500 minus 450. The remaining is 550. Just simple 50, right? But one fourth of 500 equals to what? 150. And the remaining amount that she had after buying fruits and vegetables is just 50. So are they equal? No. So you know that. What's the question asked? Was she able to fulfill her plan? No, it isn't. The answer is no. So that no can be written, or what you can just proved by this calculation. So just give it as the answer. So you can just compare and tell that 100, 125, which is one fourth of 500, is not equal to the remaining amount once she bought once she bought what, fruits and vegetables. Okay, great. Let's go to the fifth question. So, in the fifth question, it asks Satish, who left home on a journey, traveled one fourth of the journey by bicycle and two-thirds by bus and remaining portion by a three-wheeler. What fraction of the total journey did he travel by both bicycle and the bus? So let's find it. The first question. Fraction of total journey traveled by bike and bus. So what they're asking here, they're asking just the total. So you know that. So you know that he had traveled one fourth of the journey by bicycle and two-thirds of the journey by the bus. So the total will be one fourth plus two third will be the total journey. Total journey that he had traveled by both bicycle and the bus. So let's find the answer. Here you say that the denominators are not equal, so we need to find the LCM. If you find the LCM, you know that it will be 12. So, in order to convert in the first fraction 4 into 12, you need to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 3. Then, in order to convert its 3 into 12, you have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 4. So, what will be the answer? 1 into 3, it's 3. 4 into 3, it's 12. Plus 2 into 4, it's 8. 3 into 4, it's 12. So, the final answer will be 11 upon 12. So, this will be the total journey, that the fraction of the total journey that had been traveled by the bicycle and the bus. So let's move on to the second question. What does it ask? What fraction of the total journey remaining for him to travel by the three-wheeler? So the remaining journey will be the fraction, okay? Fraction, we are going to find the fraction. So the remaining journey fraction will be, you know that the total amount of fraction that had been traveled by the bicycle and the bus is 11 upon 12. So what will be the remaining part? So out of the total journey, if I take the total journey as 1, out of 1, we have to subtract 11 upon 12. So you know what? 1 means 12 upon 12. So 12 upon 12 minus 11 upon 12, the answer will be 1 upon 12. So the fraction of the whole journey remained for him to travel by three-wheeler will be 1 upon 12. Okay, guys, let's move on to the sixth question. In the sixth question, it says 3/7 of a plot of land belongs to Pradeep. He bought one fourth of the portion of land which did not belong to him and annexed it to the plot. So, the first question that they ask is what fraction of the total plot of land did Pradeep buy? So, here I have just depicted a land, a small picture here, that a square had been divided into, just imagine it has been divided into 7 parts, and out of that 3 parts are belongs to who? Pradeep. So out of 7 parts, 3 parts are belongs to Pradeep. So what will be the remaining portion? You know that the remaining portion of the land is 4 upon 7, right? 4 upon 7. So out of this remaining portion, he bought 1 upon 4. Let's read the whole sentence. He bought 1 upon 4 of the portion of land which did not belongs to him. So this is the part which does not belongs to him. And what he had done is he had bought 1 upon 4 of the remaining portion of the land. So which can be mentioned like this, right? Out of the remaining portion, which is 4 upon 7, out of that 1 upon 4 portions had been bought by this person who is Pradeep. Okay, then let's move on to the first part of the question. What is it? What fraction of the total plot of land did Pradeep buy? So we know that he bought one fourth of a portion of the remaining part of the land. So let's first calculate the remaining remaining part of the land, remaining portion of the land, remaining portion of the land. What is it? We know that out of 7 upon 7, which is 1 actually, we need to subtract 3 upon 7. Then only you would get the remaining part, right? Remaining part. So out of this, he had bought 1/4 portions. So we can write like portion that Pradeep bought equals to, what is it? Out of the remaining part, which is 4 upon 7, he had bought one fourth, one fourth of the remaining portion. So that is, you can write it like this. So let's calculate it. You know that of can be substituted by multiplication, and here it's multiplying this 4 upon 7 by 1 upon 4. So let's see whether any simplifications can be done. Yes, you can see here both the numerator and the denominators are getting divided by 4. So once it is divided, the answer is 1/7. So now what happens? The portion that Pradeep had bought, newly purchased portion, is what? 1 upon 7. So it's like 1 upon 7. Okay. So what's now the answer is taken for the first question. What fraction of the total plot of land did Pradeep buy? So it's 1 upon 7. Hope it's clear. Okay, let's go to the second question. Show that Pradeep now owns more than half of the plot of land. So now let's calculate portion that Pradeep belongs. Portion that Pradeep belongs. What is it? You know that he already had 4 upon 7 and he bought 1 upon 7. So 4 upon 7 plus 1 upon 7, what is it? It's 5 upon 7. Okay, so the total land has been divided to what? 7 equal parts. You know, if the total land had been, the whole land had been divided into 7 equal parts, you know, half of it will be 3.5 portions out of 7, right? That's the half. So we know that 3.5 out of 7. Yes, it's decimal. The decimal had come because 7 is not actually getting properly divided by 2, because we are getting always these decimal points. But you know that 3.5 plus 3.5 equals to what? 7 upon 7. So you can simply, you know that 3.5 portions equals to a half of this whole land. So now what happens? The portion that belongs to Pradeep equals to 5 upon 7, and we know that half of the land will be 3.5 out of 7. So you know that it is clear that 5 upon 7 is larger than or greater than what? 3.5 portions out of 7. So we can tell in the second question that Pradeep owns, since 5 upon 7, which belongs to Pradeep, is greater than 3.5 out of 7, we can tell that Pradeep owns what? Pradeep owns more than half the plot of the land. Great. So let's move on to the third question. What is it? If the area of the portion remaining after Pradeep had bought a part of it is 240 square meters, what is the area of the land owned by Pradeep in square meters? So if the area of the portion remaining after Pradeep had bought a part of it is 240, so what's the total portions that Pradeep had bought? We have already calculated. We know that it's 5 upon 7. So the remaining portion out of it, the remaining portion will be what? 5 upon 7 is it's, so the remaining part will be 2 upon 7, right? So how did you calculate it? 7 upon 7 minus 5 upon 7. So the remaining part will be 2 upon 7. So that part equals to what? 240 meters. So 40 square meters. And they're asking what is the area of the land owned by Pradeep in square meters. Okay, so let's do that calculation. So it's about the third question. We know that the total portion owned by Pradeep equals to 5 upon 7. So what will be the remaining portion then? Remaining portion out of the whole land will be 7 minus 7 upon 7 minus. So that is 1 actually, which actually uh, shows the complete land, the whole land. So 7 upon 7 minus 5 upon 7, the answer will be 2 upon 7. So that part, according to the question, what is it? The remaining part equals to 240 square meters. So 2 upon 7 equals to what? 240 square meters. Then what happens? You can easily calculate 1 upon 4, 1 upon 7 portions of 1 upon 7 portions of square meters. How can you get it? You know that 240 equals to 2 upon 7. So 1 upon 7 will be, you have to just simply divide this one by 2. Okay, so you know the now 1 upon 7 will be, once you divide 240 by 2, the answer will be what? 120 square meters. So now what does the question ask you? It asks, what is the area of the land owned by Pradeep in square meters? So the answer is really clear. What is it? We know that the total portion amount by owned by Pradeep is 5 upon 7, and also we know that 1 upon 7 equals to 120. So how can you find 5 upon 7? It's just simply what you have to do is, this is one portion, and how do you calculate 5 portions? The simple answer will be 120 into 5. So what's the answer, guys? 5 into 0, it's 0. 5 into 2, it's 10. You are putting 0 here. 5 into 1, it's 5. That remaining one, and it's the answer will be 600 square meters. So because of that, the 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 amount of land owned by Pradeep will be, right. What is the area of land? Area of land owns by Pradeep will be equals to what? 600 square meters. Great. So I hope the sixth question is clear for you. If you are not clear with it, just go through the question again. Okay, let's move on to the seventh question. Okay, guys, so let's move on to the seventh question. From a certain amount of money, half was given to A, one third of the remaining amount. Here, remaining amount, right? Not one third of the amount, but instead one third of the remaining amount was given to B and the rest was given to C. So the first question asks what? Find the fraction that C received from the amount that was distributed. Okay, so let's calculate. From a certain amount of money, half was given to A. Okay, the first question, portion, we can write it portion given to A. What is it? It's half, right? Then portion given to B. Portion given to B. What is it? It's 1 upon 3, right? Is it correct? No, no, it's not correct. Why is it not correct? Because here, read this question carefully. In fractions, the most important thing is reading your question very carefully. So here it says one third of the remaining out amount was given. So once half was given to the person A, you know that the remaining will be another half, no? It's quite straightforward. Half was given to person A, and there's a remaining portion, another portion which is colored in red here. So out of the remaining portion, one third was given to person B. So you know that the remaining amount is what? It's half. One third of this remaining portion. So one third of this remaining portion. So we can simply write it as what? Half into 1 upon 3. The answer will be what? 1 into 1, it's 1. 2 into 3, it's 6. So now you know that portion given to B will be 1 upon 6, but not 1 upon 3, okay? Right. And the rest was given to C. So how do you calculate the rest? So the rest will be, the portion given to A is half and portion given to B is 1 upon 6. So you have to find the total portions that were given for person A and B. And out of that total value should be subtracted by the whole portion or the whole land, which is 1 actually, right? Okay, so let's calculate. Before we get the answer here for the first question, right? Let's find the total portions given to A and B. What is it? It's half plus 1 upon 6. So you know that half can be converted into 6. This 2 can be converted into 6 by multiplying both the numerator and the denominator by 3. So here, if I write the answer here, you know that it's 3 upon 6 plus 1 upon 6. The answer will be 4 upon 6. So total portions given to A and B will be 4 upon 6. Okay, now only we are coming to the first question's answer. Find the fraction that received from the amount that was find the fraction that C received from the amount that was distributed. So it will be portion received by C equals to, the total land is what? You can simply write it as 1 minus 4 upon 6. So 4 upon 6 is the portion or the total given for both A and B. So you have to subtract to find the portion given to by C. You have to subtract 4 upon 6 by the whole number, whole value of the land. So it equals to 1. So you know that 1 can be written as 6 upon 6. So 6 divided by 6, it equals to 1. So 6 divided by 6 minus 4 upon 6, the answer will be 2 upon 6. So you know that we can simply simplify this. Both the values, numerator and the denominator, are getting divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2, 1. 6 divided by 2, it's 3. So the answer will be 1 upon 3. Great. So here you will found the answer for the first question. So the first question says, find the fraction that C received from the amount that was distributed. That is 1 upon 3. Great. So instead of dividing the amount in the above manner, it was divided equally between 3. Right. Show that the amount that B would receive is twice the amount that he received initially. Great. So I hope the question is clear. What happens in the second part? They are mentioning that the whole land has been divided into 3 equal parts, right? So now you know that, therefore, portion in the second way of division, that portion received by B will be what? 1/3, right? Because the whole land have been divided into 3 equal parts and given 1/3 out of it to person B. So the portion received by B will be 1/3. At earlier, what was the portion received by B? It was 1 upon 6. Okay, if B is given the earlier portion, then he would have received portion received by B in earlier situation, that will be 1 upon 6. So what do they ask you? They are asking you to show that the amount that B would receive is twice the amount that he received initially. So we know that the amount or the portion he received earlier is 1 upon 6. So the twice the earlier portion received by B was actually, what do you have to do? How do you calculate it twice? So you have to multiply the value by 2, right? So you know that both the numerator and the denominator is getting divided by 2. So it's like what? 1 upon 3 is the answer. So it is clear that the newly received portion equals to what? twice the portion that person B received earlier. So we can simply write, therefore, we can say what? Mhm. B would receive twice the amount that he received initially. B would receive twice the amount that he received earlier. Great. Okay, let's move on to the final question, final part of the seventh question. If C received 1,000 rupees through the initial distribution. Now we are talking about the initial distribution. So at the initial distribution, what is the portion received by person C? It's 1 upon 3. So now 1 upon 3 equals to what? 1,000. According to question 3, find the total amount that was distributed among the 3. So you know what? 1 upon 3 equals to 1,000. Right? So now we are going to the third question. 1 upon 3 equals to 1,000 rupees. You can, if needed, you can put it dollars even, right? No worries. So they're asking what's the total amount that was distributed among the 3? So what does it mean? Total means what? It's 3 upon 3. The full, for the whole amount. It's like 1, right? 3 upon 3 means what? 1. So what will be the total amount? If 1 upon 3 equals 1,000, then 3 upon 3, to find it, you have to simply multiply 1,000 by 3. So the answer will be 3,000, right? The answer will be 3,000 rupees. Okay, I hope the answers are clear for you. Well, up to now, we have actually discussed around 7 questions, and we started from very simplified questions and went through some complex questions. I hope this lesson is clear for you by now. And if you have more questions, just comment. So I will explain more and just discuss more questions on this area, which are related to fraction statements. Okay, just comment them, right? Uh, Here, with this lesson, that we have come to the end of the fractions series. So in the next series, actually, I'm not yet decided what to discuss on, but let's discuss something important. Okay, then. Have a great day. If you have not subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe, and also don't forget to hit a like. Bye bye. Have a nice day.